Hello Taurus, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Three of Pentacles, the card called Work or Works, right? I feel like you're somebody who does work, right? I feel that you're involved in many works. I think you've got a, I think you've got a pretty singular focus in life, right? The Three of Pentacles is the blood, sweat, and tears it really takes to get something significant accomplished, okay? And I feel like you have kind of like one central focus, one particular outcome or plan or project or endeavor, one goal in mind, and I feel like you're putting everything into it, okay? I feel like things are kind of not in the planning stages still, but I feel like they're not yet ready for like wide release. You know, you're still working the kinks out of it. I don't know if it's a business thing or a creative thing. It could be something it could be a relationship or a family thing. If it's a relationship, I feel like this is someone that you're still kind of feeling them out. You're still getting to know them and seeing how it works before you like tell your family or your friends, you know. Before we really, again, that kind of public reveal, you're just seeing how things go. You're seeing if it's actually going to work, right? And the same if this is a creative thing or if this is a skill or a talent that you've been working on. If it's a business thing, maybe it's you kind of starting your own business and you're just trying to get everything just right. You're doing all like the back end work before the wide release, you know. No puns intended there at all. You're somebody that knows what hard work is. You're somebody that knows that if things are going to really succeed in a major way, in a way that's worth it, it's going to require a lot of effort. Blood, sweat, and tears. Your body, your heart, and your mind got to be in it, right? And the same token, you're not going to put all of that energy into something that isn't worth it. You're going to try really, 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 really hard to accomplish something that you don't care about? No, this has to be something that you really do feel like impassioned over. All right, so let's do some more cards. Let's see what else is going on with this energy. This is something that is going to level up your life in a major way. This is the Eon card. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire, the doorway by fire, right? This is some effort now that not only is it going to change your life. See, on the other side of this doorway is your future, right? Your kind of new future, your new world, your new universe. It's a new era for you, right? This is also that doorway that as we're going through it, we realize that nothing extraneous can be with us. Nothing frivolous can come along too. We got to pack light going through this doorway. In other words, you know that if you're going to give this thing the attention and the effort, the blood, sweat, and tears that it needs to really make it life-changing, there's no sense doing something kind of half-assed, you know? So you're going to have to be willing to let go of a lot of other things that you would maybe be interested in doing or working on, or, you know, attention that you'd be giving to other things or other people, right? So if this is worth doing, it's worth doing right. And that's going to require some kind of I don't like to say sacrifice really, but really just a redirection of our energy. Going through this fiery doorway is going to burn off everything that is not essential to this task, to this thing here. Anything that's not helping you build this is kind of left behind on the other side of this. Okay? But looking at this as the pathway to the future, I think it's going to really be extraordinary. Now, this is a bit of a doorway. We're going to use a Divine Doorway Oracle card to give us a little message about this doorway. These are some oracle cards that have many different kinds of portals and passageways and doorways on them. I'm going to close my eyes and just kind of pick one in the middle here somewhere. And it is, change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Okay, well that's really something. Okay, that's because maybe this is not taking you in the direction you thought it was. Okay, I don't think that this is. I don't think the path is shifting in the sense that all of this effort is kind of been wasted or anything like that. I don't think that's what it's talking about. I think that the future that it's bringing is one that is kind of unexpected. Right? That we didn't really expect it to change our life in this particular way. Now, what exactly does that mean? Let's see what's underneath everything. 10 of Cups. We never, I don't think you expected this path to really lead to this kind of fulfillment. Right? If this is a relationship, if this is a career thing, if this is that big project, maybe we had the idea that, yeah, this is going to be a big thing. It's got to be worth the effort, right? It's got to be something that you really feel passionate about and something that you really care about, but maybe we never thought it would be this good, right? That's some good news. That's some really good news. That this is going to turn out a lot better than you anticipated. The 10 of Cups here is the fullness, right? This is the satisfaction of every desire we thought we could possibly have. It's kind of like this particular work, this project, relationship, this endeavor, this path is leading you to a future where all of your desires are fulfilled. That this is satisfying you in ways that you never even considered. That this is really, in a sense, this is meeting all of your needs. Okay? In the sense that this is leading you to that future where you can live that life that is satisfying in every way. Okay, it's not like this is the particular the project at work, right? And that project directly is going to satisfy every appetite you have. No, but it's leading you toward that life where the kind of joy and bliss that you're going to experience is not anything that you've had before. Right? This is really, really good. This is underneath the surface, too. This is something that you didn't really see. This is a very kind of unexpected benefit of this work that you're doing. We didn't think it would be life-changing. Let's see what is in the past here. We've got the Art or Temperance card. I think that's kind of the modest expectations that you had. Okay? We'll put this doorway card over here, maybe. The Art or Temperance card is in a way saying, you can get your hopes up really high, sure, but don't expect it to be so perfect. Let's be reasonable here. So in some ways, it's us trying to kind of manage our expectations. Say, okay, this is going to be this is good. I'm putting my effort into this. I know it's requiring a lot of my energy. It's going to be worth it, but it's not going to be a miracle or anything, right? Of course, then we get the unexpected 10 of Cups, and maybe it is going to be the miracle, right? But at the same time, we don't want to, going into this situation, we don't want to expect the miracle, right? We can work toward that. We can, maybe we're hoping that this is going to be the absolute very best thing that has ever existed, right? But we have to manage that a little bit so that we're not severely disappointed if it's not. Of course, I think that this really is going to be very surprising in that it is going to satisfy that kind of unbelievably high standard, high expectation, or whatever it is exactly, right? This is also a card that kind of says that you're getting out of it what you put into it. You know? That because of your willingness to give this everything that you have, and I bet we're going to see some indication of things that you've had to kind of sacrifice to get this, right? Things that you've given up or let go of or moved on from, or, energy that you have redirected toward this. Because of your willingness to give this everything you've got, well, you're the alchemist here. You're the one that's creating this miracle, so to speak. I think in tandem with the universe, with Spirit. You're acting as a co-creator with Spirit. I feel like the spiritual energy is flowing through you here. Okay? So I think that this is, again, the past position, the kind of motivating force. It's kind of what's pushing you forward is, it's kind of a modest road, right? Of course, we have that Eon card. This is life-changing. Let's see what's up above everything. There's the devil. There's everything that you've put into it, right? The devil energy, the goat. This is someone, because of their ambition, because of this creative drive, because of this intense like passion to accomplish this thing, you're able to climb to the very top of this mountain. Okay? You're climbing to a success that you never really dreamed possible. Sometimes this can be a lonely road. We think of the goat, that solitary animal, who is, I guess they have families or whatever, but climbing up this path, I think, has required you, in some sense, to have to say no to certain pleasures in life. And I think that's kind of what it means with the sacrifice, that we're so focused on this, we just got the blinders on, laser focus on this path, that we've had to just pass by a lot of these enjoyments, luxuries, those kinds of experiences or those kinds of relationships or activities or anything of that nature that you might be kind of tempted to be like, well, I want to go hang out. No, I can't. I've got to work. I've got to study. I've got to continue doing this, right? But I think the idea here is that it's not forever. That there's a goal here. In other words, we're not denying ourselves pleasure or relaxation or enjoyment or friends or romance or any of these things. We're not denying ourselves those things indefinitely. It's a means to an end. Okay? Sometimes we think of the devil energy as us being like attached to material things or attached to pleasure. And yeah, you put any mountain in front of the goat, it's going to climb it. It's going to climb to the very top, right? It'll keep climbing unless there's something that says stop. And that's what we need, right? We need the goal that says, stop, you've made it. You've done it, you've succeeded. Now you can have all those things that you had to say no to while you were climbing. Now you can enjoy them to your heart's content, okay? Now they're all here and available to you. So the temporary denial of these things of pleasure is not the end in itself, it's the means. Okay. Sometimes, we think of somebody who really, I had friends when I was a kid that they would do nothing in life, but they would just sit at home and play their guitar. And they became very, very amazing guitar players. And they're in some professional touring bands, to this day. But every time we'd hey, come on out and and hang out with us, they'd say, nah, I don't want to. And we always thought, nah. Because they had that kind of ambition. And now they're hanging out, they're enjoying life, like never before. So it's kind of like we make those sacrifices now because we know that we're gonna have the opportunity to enjoy things, but right now that energy has to be redirected toward, whatever this is for you. Okay. It still could be a romantic relationship, sure. And I think it's kind of obvious what that implies with some of this other energy. But the goat needs a signal to stop. This is that creative drive. This is that ambition, that driving force. It's just going to drive, drive, drive. It's just going to climb, climb, climb. And the goat will keep climbing even when it gets over the top of the mountain. It's going to just keep climbing down, right? And maybe we don't want to do that. We need some signal that says, okay, stop. Let's see what the future card is. Well, there's the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, I think, is we're not certain what the stop sign is. We've got to establish what that goal really looks like. We know that this is life-changing. We know that this is bringing us the opportunity to have so much more joy and bliss than we ever imagined in life, so much satisfaction. And the more devoted, the harder we work, the harder we play, right? Work hard, play hard. But what are we aiming for? What is the goal here? Okay, maybe the goal really should be the blending together of work and play. We see that with the Art or Temperance card, right? The blending together, the middle way. We're not up here in this extreme, we're not down here in this extreme. But if we do the middle way, what is the middle but the medium, the mediocre? I don't think that's giving you your doorway, your Eon card, your completely unbelievable future. I think it's required not to try to avoid either extreme, not to do the middle road where we don't do anything too intensely, right? We try to just stay untouched by either side. We try to just scooch through the middle, or we're not touched by anything, right? No, I think that you go devil mode, right, for as long as it takes to make your success here. And you'll know then, okay, I accomplished that, so I got to either a camp or the summit or whatever. And now you can enjoy all those things that you had to put on hold. But the idea here is, how do I know when? How do I know when it's time for me to say, okay, I've busted ass for a long time here. Now I'm just going to take a break and I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And then we can cycle back to this intense, hardcore activity. But how do we know? What do we use? We can't use our mind. We can't use our intellect, right? To kind of decide in a logical way when it's time to stop the goat and start enjoying things, Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And let's see. There we go. We're going to put this one. Let's move our doorway. Change beckons. We're going to put Alien, Simon Mork Ripley right there on top of that. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together and it will give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's totally free, and it supports the channel. The channel is supported by viewers like you. Thank you. General energy now, Path of the Serpent. There we go. There we go. There's the enlightenment to know when it's time for you to switch from devil mode to relax mode, right? Because if we rely just on our intellect, we see this, the Ace of Swords in the middle, the certainty. The answer we're trying to get right there in the middle. It's being bombarded by all these other thoughts and opinions and criticisms, people around you telling you, just come out and have fun, have a good time. Versus the other part of you that says, you've got to keep pushing, you've got to keep fighting. I'm going to sneeze. And then there's that, the internal part of you as well that's kind of saying, hey, you've worked hard enough, just go have fun, go relax, go enjoy yourself. Sometimes that thought process is going to get us in trouble. Your mind might be telling you, oh, just go relax, it's okay. Well, you got a really big deadline or a big meeting coming up, or some major thing that you're right at on the cusp of completing. Now's not the time to go on vacation, right? So we've got to rely on something else. And I think that this is with the Ace of Swords, this is the spiritual realization. This is coming straight from your intuition, from the divine energy. Okay? I feel. Did you see like a double rainbow or something recently? I'm seeing like two rainbows. Kind of. I don't know if that's something that's familiar or important to you, but it kind of feels as if there are signs and synchronicities and a real awareness of the energy around you, a real awareness of what Spirit is communicating to you. Okay. So we're learning that we can't exactly trust our own mind all the time. For some things we can, yes. But for these larger kind of almost existential decisions, we've got to trust in something else. And I think that's the divine energy. And the divine loves to communicate to you through these sorts of natural symbols. I feel the double rainbow is important for you. Okay? Look for those kinds of symbols and things in your life. Let's see what the next card is. In the environment we've got the Hierophant, which is your power card. The Hierophant rules the sign of Taurus, represents you and your essential Taurus energy, and it's in the position of the environment. There could be the suggestion here that what you're working on is more of an educational thing. You're trying to get certified, you're trying to get your degree, right? Trying to graduate or to complete some sort of a course or some sort of a class. It's like, you can't go party with your friends because you got to study for the test, And why would you F it off now and not finish this? You've already put in so much time and effort here. If you were to go party or go hang out or go indulge in these other things and somehow not pass that test, then the last 6 months of your life what was it all for, right? So we kind of have to use this higher energy as the authority. We have to obey what our soul tells us, right? We have to kind of we have to listen to maybe it's your conscience, I don't know, maybe it's your true self, your spirit guide, right? We have to listen to what it's telling us and we have to obey. Even though the mind is going to try to find excuses. We see that with the Seven of Swords. Don't do that, okay? I also feel like you're very much into history, right? I don't know what kind of history, but I feel like you really enjoy learning about past events or past civilizations or, that sort of thing, right? The Hierophant is also, perhaps because it's in the position of your environment here, that it might even be referencing a physical person outside of yourself that is maybe as kind of a mentor or as the professor or as the life coach or the spiritual guide that is in your life. Okay. I don't feel that it's a boss. I don't feel like it's a manager or a supervisor or anything like that. I don't feel like it's a parent. I feel like it's somebody that you really trust to help guide you. It could very well be your true self, higher self. It could be ancestor energy. It could be spirit guides, that sort of thing, of course. But I feel like it's kind of taking the form of a person. Okay. Spirit's also showing me that you have something on your hands. I don't know if you have a scar on your hand. There's something on your hands now. I don't know if it's a scar, a tattoo, if you have maybe henna, or if it's something wrapped around your hand. There's something significant with your hands right now, yeah. Let's keep going. Let's see what the obstacle is, if there is one. Well, the High Priestess. This is trusting in your inner self, your inner guidance, right? It's your intuition. It is your connection with the spirit guides and the ancestors and your true self. And it confirms for me that the Hierophant is somebody outside of you. Okay? And I think that this is really it's supposed to be a check and a balance. It's a way for us to authenticate the message. This could be somebody in your spiritual life. It could be someone in your religious environment. It could be a family member in the sense of like a kind of a, I don't know, a grandparent or a great-grandparent or somebody that you view as a very wise person and can give you very sound guidance, okay? It could be an expert in the field. It could be somebody that you really look up to. And it might not even be anybody that you physically know, that you actually talk to. It could be somebody in your field or in the area that you're kind of working here that you sort of idolize. And you say, okay, that's kind of like the example of what I want to do. And then we try to learn about that person and kind of follow their footsteps a little bit. Right? Until, of course, you become the master and you transcend even them, right? But between these two cards, this is us not just taking the external advice, nor are we just taking the internal kind of intuitive advice from ourselves. We're checking them against each other. If this type of person gives you some advice or recommendation, you check it against your intuition or the ancestor energy, the spirit guides. You kind of check in with spirit to authenticate this message and vice versa. And this is a way of us really ensuring that we are on the right path here with this Ace of Swords. That we are not being tricked by some aspect of our own mind or something like that, or just an external opinion or criticism or something like that. That we're not being duped into one of these other swords here. That we are, in fact, on the direct channel to the divine realm here and to the enlightenment that we need to determine where exactly we're going, how hard we need to push, how much further we need to climb before we have to take a rest, in order to continue getting through this doorway. All right, and this is life-changing. Let's see what the final outcome is here. The Ten of Wands. There's the completion of the process. And to me, it kind of represents you getting all the way through this doorway. And now I'm very curious what is on the other side. Now, we have to be careful with the Ten of Wands because it is sometimes us depleting our vital energy. So in some ways, we look at the Ten of Cups as part of this unbelievable goal, right? This kind of, it's just intensely satisfying beyond belief, right? But it's also very important that we listen to the authority, right? And stop climbing, stop pushing forward, and take the rest, the relaxation, allow ourselves time to heal and recover and recuperate so that we don't run out of our vital energy. See, Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups is the way we keep ourselves going is by refueling ourselves, right? This is the energetic output. Of course, we need to refuel. Okay, so I think that's very important in order for you to get what's on the other side of this. And it's interesting that I don't really know what that is. We don't know what's on the other side of this. I feel as if you do, but I feel as if it's still kind of a mystery in a way. We know that it's going to be beyond belief. It's going to be unbelievable success. It's going to transcend everything that you ever thought could be possible for yourself and for your life. But we don't yet know the details, you see. And I find that to be quite fascinating. I want to do one empowerment oracle. Well, we got one that flipped over if I can avoid knocking all the other ones out. And we got two. We got three. We got quite a few here. So these are empowerment oracle cards. The first one we have is the Phoenix Feather. I am reborn through the fire. No matter my history or circumstances, I rise above. I soar with strength and determination. When faced with adversity, I overcome. I am the beauty rising from the ashes. Very interesting. Very, very cool. Very alchemical too, right? And of course we have the blossom. My past does not limit me. I am the flower that grows from my roots. Stretching toward sunlight, in the light I blossom. And the elixir of healing. I am healing. To every being I encounter, I offer my unique gift. Others need my medicine, but I must first offer this gift to myself. As I share my medicine with the world, we walk the healing path together. That's also very alchemical, right? So I feel like that is a lot of what was going on before, a lot of what your motivating factors are, okay? And I think a lot of this stuff has taken place before we got to this current effort. And it's probably the reason why you're putting so much of this devil energy into your current work, is because you did have to rise from the ashes. You did have to heal yourself. And now you're ready to grow toward the light, right? You're ready for that life-changing experience. You're ready for this unbelievably kind of miraculous future. Yeah. I like these empowerment cards. I find them to be, well, empowering. So we'll leave those up there. We're going to take a look at this mystery card. I'd like the mystery card to show us a little bit of what the results are, right? What the miraculous life really is. Maybe we'll get the Empress card. Maybe it'll be some more water energy. Maybe it'll be some pentacles. We don't have any pentacles here. Well, we started with the 3, but that's still potential. So maybe I'd like to see a 9 or a 10 of pentacles. Yeah. Here we go. There's the 9 of pentacles. This is you living your best life. Look at that. You're living lavish. You've got your pets, your plants, your people are around there somewhere. You're just kind of sauntering through your garden here. And I find this to be so positive. It's super abundant, right? And there's also that little snail down there at the bottom reminding you that this is you slowing down and enjoying all these things that you've had to deny yourself in order to keep working hard at this. Now you have all of these things in abundance. Right now you have even just so much more. Now it makes those little sacrifices seem almost meaningless, right? They're not meaningless now at the time, but the level of success and joy and pleasure in your future is going to make it seem very, very worth it, right? This is you living that life. See, it's a 9. It's not a 10. It's not the ideal. It's not the picture on the wall that we're trying to get to. This is you living that life that is full of love and abundance and success and joy. I think it's financial, but I also think that it is intensely spiritual and creative, emotional, right? Satisfying, like the 10 of Cups, satisfying in every way. And this is you now living that life. See, the 10s and the water energy, this isn't anything material yet. This is all that joy and love and bliss, but now we've got the vehicle for it. Now we are manifesting that vehicle in a living energy, right? This is a life that it is a process, right? It's actually alive and growing and continuing. So this really is the miracle. I love this reading for you. We're going to do an extended reading too if you want to stick around. Link up top, link down below. New readings for Taurus, Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.